What's good, YouTube? This video is going to be a little bit different for me. I have a tendency, I'm very calculated on what I share on any platform of social media. That's because of it's a whole lot of things that can be used against you. Everybody that smiles on your streams isn't necessarily in your corner. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to have frivolous information out there about yourself, and just making it plain and simple. But one of the things that I have been going back and forth with recently is there's a real battle that I'm fighting that I'm about to take more seriously. And I want to bring you all along on a journey with me. Majority of my audience, according to YouTube's analytics, are younger than I am. And it's not a bad thing. I'm very thankful for that. But they may not be able to understand a lot of the things that I'm about to share with you. Let me just stop beating around the bush and get right to it. My father died at the age of 42 from complications dealing with diabetes. Okay? When my father died at 42, I was 9, I believe. I was 9. It scared the mess out of me, right? My father had a tendency to drink, which made things even worse since he was diabetic, right? And so there were just things that I had been programmed to believe and accept in my life. I've never drank or smoked a day in my life, right? That has been good enough up until this point, okay? I have been suffering in silence, so to speak, right before your very eyes, and a lot of you didn't even know it. A lot of you didn't even know it. I had a very scary doctor visit in September. I honestly was losing vision. I was urinating every 30 to 45 minutes. I was incredibly thirsty all the time. Like, I could drink a half a liter of water in one sitting and wouldn't blink about it. Always wanted sugary drinks. Always was just wanted like cakes and desserts. Had a cut on my chest that just wouldn't heal. Like it just wouldn't heal. Weeks had gone by and this same cut was still on my chest, and I don't know, it just wouldn't heal. There were other ailments that I just couldn't explain. I was in a real bad way, right? Well, I went to the doctor for what I thought was just going to be a routine physical, and since other family members of mine wear glasses, thought it was just going to be, hey, you need to get your eyes checked. You are you're getting older, so it's time for you to get fit for glasses. That's what I walked into um, this doctor's visit thinking. Well, I went into this doctor's visit, and my PCP, or primary care physician, was asking me all of these various questions, and I was sweating all the time too. Like, I don't know what was going on. I do now, but I didn't then. And it frightened me when she came back, because one, I have a great relationship with my PCP. She looked me in my eyes and the games were over. She was like, "Hey, you're diabetic." And it bothered me. Like, I almost broke into tears, because up until that time, diabetes had been known as a death sentence for me. When they took my sugar level, it was up to 467. 467. Putting it mildly, that's stroke level. All kinds of negativity can come from having sugar levels that high, right? So it scared me. It scared me really badly. It scared me enough that I came home immediately after the doctor visit. I didn't want to hear anything else she had to say. I went downstairs at the doctor's office and gave them a sample so they could do my A1C level. But I left, and I came home and literally cried. Like, I cried for, I know, some hours, because to me that meant I'm about to die. I'm about to die, just like my daddy. It scared me. It scared me really badly. But I decided it was an opportunity to man up. I decided to attack it aggressively. And when I attacked it aggressively, it wasn't the easiest thing to do. But I became extremely aggressive. I put down a lot of the things that I felt were harming me. No more desserts. No more sugary drinks. No more juices and sodas. And my drink of choice, Powerades and Gatorades. Like, I always drank energy drinks all the time. And we're not talking the little bottles. We're talking the grown man size bottles. I would drink that just sitting around the house. Like, yeah, just on a regular basis. So the most important part for me, it was twofold. There were two very important parts. The most important part was getting my numbers down. Okay? Was getting my numbers down. The second most important part for me was finding out my triggers. Like, finding out what I could do that wouldn't impact me as much. Okay? 3 weeks later, after that initial doctor's visit, I was told I had to come back, and they were going to tell me if I had to take insulin, or if I had to take insulin by shot, or if I had to take it by pill. I hate pills. I've never been one to be a fan of pills. I hate pills with a passion. But I had grown out of the victim mindset. I was done with that. Like I was going to attack it. So for that 3 weeks, I hit it hard. Like I was done. I focused on any and everything that I put into my mouth. When I would go to the grocery store, I made sure that I was reading labels. I made sure that everything that I was doing was adding life, right? Well, when I went back to the doctor 3 weeks later, I realized that I did not have diabetes. It's not that it wasn't a problem. It's just that the regimen that I had put myself on was good enough that my numbers were okay, that I could control it through diet. I'll acknowledge that's a blessing. That's a blessing. But now brings me to today. I have what you call the former athlete's body. I'm a big guy that looks like he could go play football today. That's fine, but truth of the matter is I haven't played football in 20 years. So I don't need this mass and I don't need this weight on me anymore. So I want to take you all on a nutrition/health journey with me. And I want to show you all the pros and cons and just bring you into the real life of what someone who is working on health is doing. I debated back and forth on if this was something that I even wanted to open up and share with anybody. But this could potentially help someone and prevent someone from going through a similar situation. So this will be a weekly series, and I will begin to show you all various aspects and things, and hopefully it can open some eyes and tell you to maintain if you have it, or to go and get healthier. Maintain your health if you're healthy, or go and get healthier. The worst thing in the world is losing that health. The funny part about simply changing what I was eating, my vision returned. I stopped having to go to the restroom every 30 to 45 minutes. The cut on my chest healed quickly. The other ailments left. It was all a matter of what I was putting into my body. So I'm here to tell you from personal experience that what you eat, what you do is very important. So if you'll be kind enough with me to come with me on this journey, hopefully this can kind of be an accountability piece where we correspond, or if you have any questions about anything, I'd be more than willing to share from just my experience. I am in no way, shape, form, or fashion a medical professional. So if it gets too deep, I may be able to ask someone. But I can tell you from my perspective what I've gone through and what I've dealt with. So with that in mind, y'all come on this journey with me. I'm looking at this being a lifestyle change. This is not a diet. This is not I'm going to do this for a couple of weeks. No, this is going to be for real. This is going to be another attack against being unhealthy. And I'm going to document it and chronicle it and show you all exactly what's going on this side of the world. So, with no further ado, here's another part of opening it up, quote unquote, under gamer. Let's go. Peace.